Hi, Fairmount readers. It's Miss Karen here, and welcome to our Eclipse night. I'm so happy that you joined me on Zoom because it's a great way to learn on the go, right? And eclipse is, we usually think of an eclipse as something that happens in the sky, right? Like outer space and the stars and sun and moon. And that's what the eclipse has to do with the sun, the moon, and the earth. So it's pretty cool. So thank you for joining me tonight. And this is a great way to show that science can be fun, right? We can learn science through books, through songs, through crafts, and through fun activities that we're going to do tonight. So welcome. And if you were unable to attend the Zoom, I'll make sure to post this on our YouTube channel so you can come back and view it later. So let's get started. Why is this eclipse so special, right? And why are we celebrating it? Well, this is a solar eclipse, and it's happening next Saturday, on Saturday, October 14th. And what does that mean? Well, a solar eclipse means that the moon is closer to the earth than any other time. I'm seeing if anyone else is joining us right now. So the moon is closer to the earth than any other time. So it's going to look really, really big. Can you show me big with your hands? Whoa, it looks so large during this eclipse, but actually it's smaller than the earth. The moon isn't very big, and it's a lot smaller than the sun, but because it's so close to the earth next Saturday, it will look very, very big. So during the eclipse, the moon moves between the earth and sun. So can you separate your hands like this? And we're going to move it between the earth and the sun like this. So we won't be able to see the sun directly because the moon is sliding in between the earth and the sun. The moon blocks the view of the sun, but that still means that we still have to be safe, which is a great way to step into the FCL and grab your eclipse glasses. We have free eclipse glasses to put on while you're viewing the eclipse next Saturday or next April. There's a big eclipse next April, and it's a safe way to protect your eyes. So even though the moon will be semi-blocking the sun, we still want to protect those eyes. So stop into the FCL anytime and ask for your free eclipse glasses. So the eclipse makes it look like the sun has disappeared. Let's do that one more time. The moon is going to go in front of the sun. Pretty cool. Now, where is this eclipse happening? Well, unfortunately, our area, the Syracuse area, will only see about 10% scientists predict of the eclipse. It is going to start way on the other side of the United States in Oregon. Oregon, that's way over on the other side of the United States. And it will travel down where you can see to the Texas Gulf Coast. So the states that most likely will see the solar eclipse next Saturday will be, hold up your hand and let's make a list. Ready? Oregon, Nevada, Utah, New Mexico, Texas. Wow, 5 states will be in a line with the solar eclipse. And this solar eclipse will start at 8 a.m. next Saturday. So still, even if we're not one of those states, we're New York, you can still use your solar eclipse glasses and maybe you'll get a glimpse of this solar eclipse. So pretty cool. So all the information about solar eclipse we talked about, when it's happening, what does the solar eclipse mean? Like I said, we want kids to be curious and involved in science at a young age. So experiencing these things and looking up in the sky, right, at full moons and solar eclipses and other outer space phenomena gets them curious and interested in outer space. So we talked about when this eclipse is happening and how it's happening. Let's get to one of our stories. This is a great series, right, with Little Bear. And this series is called, or this book is called Moon Game. Take a look. I see the moon way up in the sky. I'm looking for our other participants. So I see the moon way up here. Moon Game. Okay, maybe you've read some of his books, but we're going to read all about the moon and what happens at night, maybe. In with the moon. Oh, I'm taking a look at the pictures for some clues. I see the moon way up in the sky. I see the clouds, and the moon comes back out. Now, an eclipse doesn't involve the clouds, it involves the moon moving in front of the sun, between the sun and the earth. But let's see how Little Bear studies the moon. Okay, here it is. One day, Little Bird showed Bear a new game, hide and seek. First, he told Bear to hide and counted to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then he went looking for Bear. I found you, chirped Little Bird when he found Bear hiding behind some bushes. Now it's your turn to find me. All day long until the sun went down, Bear and Little Bird played their new game. Oh, he's closing his eyes. He's counting. I see the sky is getting darker. That night, when Bear was all alone, he looked up in the sky and said to the moon, "Let's play hide and seek. First, I'll hide and you find me." Then Bear ran as fast as he could until he came to an old hollow tree. Climbing inside, he ducked down so the moon couldn't see him. Bear waited for a while, then he poked his head up. When he did, the moon was right there looking down at him. "Okay," said Bear, "you found me. Now it's your turn to hide." Closing his eyes, Bear began to count, just as Little Bird had shown him. Oh, he's closing his eyes. There's the moon still hanging in the sky. At that moment, a gentle breeze slowly hid the moon behind a big cloud. Look, the moon's moving away from the clouds. When Bear finished counting, he set out to find the moon. First, he thought he found the moon hiding behind some rocks. Is that the moon? No, what is that? Flower, yes. Then he thought he found the moon hiding in someone's house. Is that the moon? No, that's cheese. When Bear thought he found the moon hiding in a tree, he shook the tree and cried, "I found you, moon!" But Bear was mistaken. All he found was a big balloon. Wow, it's the same color. It's up in the sky. It's not the moon. Then Little Bird came by to visit. "Will you help me find the moon?" asked Bear. "Sure, I'll help," chirped Little Bird. Bear and Little Bear looked and looked, but they couldn't find the moon. Oh, look, where are they looking? In the bushes, on the chimney, behind the chimney, in the garbage can. So they went to the forest to ask for help. "I think the moon is lost," explained Bear. "Can you help me find him?" "Don't worry, we'll help you," replied the animals in the forest. Everyone's going to be looking for the moon. When you go outside, do you look up at the sky and try to find the moon? Oh, all the animals are looking. What animals do you see? Raccoon, deer, skunk, ducks, turtle. Wow, they all want to find the moon. Together they searched and searched, but they couldn't find the moon. Any thoughts where he could be, the moon? At last, Bear sat down and sighed. "The moon is lost and it's all my fault." Then Bear got an idea. He jumped and cried, "Okay, moon, I give up. You win." He's feeling frustrated. He can't find that moon. He's looking up in the sky. Just then the breeze began to blow again, and the moon came out of its hiding place. There it is. The clouds moved, and it's a full moon. "Look," cried Little Bird. The moon wasn't lost. He was just hiding behind that big cloud. Bear was so happy. He danced and danced. There he goes. Then everyone played hide and seek. Oh, a great story about the moon, right? And that's what our eclipse is going to do, that the moon is going to kind of hide the sun, right? A little. And I think Little Bear liked playing with the moon. So great story. Not necessarily about the eclipse, but how that moon is hanging in the sky and how sometimes it's hidden, right, from clouds, and sometimes we can see it. And we've been following our full moon calendar all year so far. So great story. You sat so well for the story. I think we should stand up and get some wiggles out. This is a great one. And we're going to bend down. This one's called bend and stretch. So I'm going to bend my knees. Miss Karen's going to stay seated so you can see me still in the camera. Let's see, any other participants? So I'm going to bend down and then you're going to stretch way up high, or you can stretch to the side, whatever feels good for your body. So this one's called bend and stretch. Ready? Bend and stretch, reach for the moon, sway back and forth to our little tune. Bend and stretch, reach for the sun. Sit down slowly, now our song is done. Wow, great. And that's perfect because that's what our solar eclipse is all about, the sun and the moon. Let's do that one more time. If you're standing, great job. Ready? Bend and stretch, reach for the moon, sway back and forth to our little tune. Bend and stretch, reach for the sun. Sit down slowly, now our song is done. Great job. So next Saturday, if you're looking at that moon or trying to see the eclipse in the sky, you can start singing that song, right? We can sing anywhere. And if it goes along with the activity, that's how kids remember more of the activity or vocabulary we're using. So they will remember that the moon and the sun appear when it's a solar eclipse. So let's do that bend and stretch one more time. Ready? Bend and stretch, reach for the moon, sway back and forth to our little tune. Bend and stretch, reach for the sun. Sit down slowly, now our song is done. Great job. So try that at home. I'm sure Miss Patience, she has an in-person eclipse gathering next Wednesday at Charlie's. So I'm sure she will, I'll tell her about that song and maybe you guys can bend and stretch together. Well, we talked about the eclipse, right? That the moon moves in front of the sun, right? Between the earth. So I have a great, easy activity. Perfect for the younger kids that are starting to learn about the eclipse and science words, right, that you could do at home. And I love crafts and activities that involve simple materials. So the first thing we need for this craft is black construction paper. Black construction paper. This is going to be our sky. It's not going to be nighttime, but we're going to use this as our sky. Okay. And another simple material that you probably have at home are coffee filters. Coffee filters. You need two coffee filters. Remember, solar eclipse, we're going to involve the sun and the moon. So two coffee filters. So I'm going to use my black sheet of paper and I'm going to use one of my coffee filters and color it yellow. What do you think this coffee filter will be if it's yellow? The sun. Yes, the sun. So I'm going to grab crayon or marker or colored pencil. I'm going to lay it on my table and color it all yellow. Even bingo dabbers, you can stamp it all yellow too. Then I'm going to do glue. Put glue on the back. And stick it onto my black construction paper. Black construction paper. So I'm going to put it way on the edge. I'll stick it on. And then here's my sun. Here's my sun. Wow. So I have one more coffee filter and here it is. Now I'm going to grab a gray color to color the same gray. What do you think will be gray? You're right, the moon. So I picked a gray crayon and I'm going to color my coffee filter gray. So color it gray. You can follow along with Miss Karen as you're doing this video. Okay, I'm pulling it all gray. We want to make sure that we have the moon, right? The moon passes over the sun, in between the sun and the earth, and it makes the sun disappear a little. So you notice what I'm doing as you're doing the craft. I'm talking about the eclipse again. What is happening? So the sun is up in the sky and the moon is going to go in front of it. Okay, that's what makes a solar eclipse. It will almost be like the sun has disappeared. Wow, there, it's great. I'm going to add some glue to this one. Now, on our black construction paper, we just want to show that the moon is starting to move in front of the sun. So we're not going to put it in front of the sun on our construction paper. We want to put it in on the side because we're starting to show the process. So here's my sun, and I'm putting the moon right over here because it's overlapping. It's overlapping. It's starting to move in front of, I'm going to push it down a little, in front of the sun. So your young child is seeing the process of the solar eclipse. The moon will be moving in front of the sun during the eclipse. So I hope you can look up in the sky and see the eclipse. So what a great simple craft to show and explain how the eclipse is going to work. So very, very cool. Like I said, New York is not directly in the solar eclipse path, but we may be able to see some of it. So still make sure you look up in the sky next Saturday. Great. So try this craft at home. And if you do, please tag us because we love seeing all your creations you have made through the FCL or inspired by the FCL. So I'm going to put this down. And we have another fun game to play. Like I said, we can learn science. We might think, whoa, science might be way over children's heads, but through books and crafts and activities, they can learn a lot. So Miss Karen misses her felt board so much that I made my own board. And let's take a look at this fun game. This will be fun to play if you replay this video in this meeting in case you weren't able to attend. So let's take a look. Wow, I have all these different moons here. I have 4 big moons. Let's count them together. 1, 2, 3, 4. Great job. And in the middle, it's yellow. What do you think that guy is? The sun, yes. And even though the sun is much, much bigger than the moons, in this little hiding game, I made the sun smaller because during an eclipse, it looks like the moon is really, really big because it's in front of the sun. So let's talk about the colors of the moon. This is green, orange, gray, and blue. And we have a little rhyme, and I'm going to be hiding the suns from you. So I'm going to put the sun behind one of the moons, and you have to think about which one it is. Let's take a look. Ready? Bright sun, we'll find you soon. Are you behind the, now can you guess a color? Orange moon. Let's look behind the orange moon. It is not there. Let's sing it again. Bright sun, we'll find you soon. Are you behind the gray moon? Not there. Think about what color you could shout out next. Bright sun, we'll find you soon. Are you behind the blue moon? Remember, the sun will look like it disappeared. Let's check behind the blue moon. There is. He was behind the blue moon. I'm going to hide him again. Okay, let's see. Ready? Bright sun, we'll find you soon. Are you behind the green moon? Let's look. Not there. Ready? bright sun, we'll find you soon. Are you behind the blue moon? Not there. Bright sun, we'll find you soon. Are you behind the orange moon? Let's see. There he is. You found him. Great job. Right, the sun will still be there in the eclipse. The moon will just be in front of it. So let's play one more time. Ready? Bright sun, we'll find you soon. Are you behind the gray moon? Yes, nice try. I mean, nice job. Great work. So we found that sun, right? That sun didn't fully disappear. Just the eclipse made it appear that way. Excellent job. Well, we did um, so much learning today, talking about the eclipse, what state it's going to be in the path with. We did a story, we did some singing, some crafts, and a great little hiding game. We have time for one more story, and this little bear loves the moon. This book is called Moon Dance. Many of this little series books has or many of the libraries around have this great series book. So let's see what Little Bear sees now. One night, Bear and Little Bird were sitting outside looking at the moon. You know what I wish, said Bear. I wish I could dance with the moon. Maybe she'd like to dance with you too, chirped Little Bird. Silly bird, chuckled Bear. The moon is so special. She wouldn't want to dance with me. Just then a cloud drifted in front of the moon, just like our last story. What about the clouds? Asked Little Bird. Would they dance with you? Maybe, said Bear. Why don't you ask them? Suggested Little Bird. Okay, said Bear, and he called to the clouds. Clouds, would you come down and dance with me? But the clouds stayed up in the sky. You see, said Bear, even the clouds won't come down to dance with me. Bear and Little Bird watched the sky until bedtime. Then they said goodnight and went to sleep. In the morning, Bear looked out his window and saw fog. He had never seen fog before. Oh my, he cried, the clouds came down to dance with me. Bear was so excited he ran outside and began to dance with the clouds. I hope next Saturday is clear so we could see the eclipse. He danced and he danced and he danced. As the day grew warmer, the fog began to lift. When the fog was all gone, Bear felt sad. Do you think I could have stepped on their toes or something? He asked Little Bird. What kind of work does a cloud do? Asked Bear. Clouds make rain, answered Little Bird. Suddenly, Bear had an idea. Clouds, he called to the sky, could you make some rain for me to dance with? Oh, well, he said, I have my own work to do. Bear forgot about the clouds. When Bear was finished, he looked out his window and saw raindrops falling from the sky. Oh, goody, cried Bear, and he ran outside and began to dance with the rain. He danced and he danced and he danced. After a while, the rain stopped. This time, Bear was not sad. The rain got hungry and went home to eat supper. That's all. After eating supper, Bear went outside and waited for the moon to rise. For a long time, Bear gazed at the moon. She's so special, and I'm just an ordinary bear, he thought. The moon made no reply, but when Bear looked down, he saw the moon's reflection in a puddle. Look, Little Bird, he cried. The moon came down to dance with me. He's in the puddle. Great job. He danced and he danced and he danced. So maybe there will be a reflection of the moon during the solar eclipse. But another great activity that you could do is with shadows. If you've ever gone into a dark room or your bedroom at nighttime, close all the curtains and you grab a flashlight, shine it onto the wall, and you can make shadow puppets. That means moving your hands maybe up and down to look like an alligator, and maybe some bunny ears like this up on the wall to make shadows on the wall. That would be cool to do leading up to our eclipse coming up on next Saturday. So much learning going on today through our crafts, through our finger plays, through our games, and through our books. Remember, anytime you want to stop into the FCL before next Saturday's eclipse, Or before the April eclipse, please stop in and grab your free eclipse glasses. Miss Karen also has some great printables, some more different craft activities to do at home to get ready for the eclipse. So if you want those, just send me a message or Miss Brenda a message, and I will get those printed right away. It has some coloring, and again, it's showing that the moon is moving in front or between the sun and the earth. So thank you for joining me on this special eclipse Zoom tonight. I hope you got some information out of it and a fun way to learn about science. I will see you next time. Goodbye, readers.